You're setting an example right now, whether you know it or whether you don't.
Our friend Stacey knows it.
Growing up, there are always those moments that stick with you well into adulthood. Of course, you know the old adage that a child's parents are their first teacher. A lot of what children learn in the way of manners, of course, comes from what they see their parents model. In our house growing up, we were always kind, and my parents were always kind and respectful to the wait staff, whether we were in a restaurant or a hotel, store clerks, things like that. And my brother and I always took notice of that. There were loads of other behaviors that they modeled, of course, but the one thing that my mother faithfully did really stuck with me, and I was reminded of it recently when I was on an outing with my children. And anytime we'd exit a store, especially if we didn't buy anything, she would always turn to whomever was tending the shop and say thank you as we left. So the other day while out and about, I once again, uttered thank you as we left the store, just as my mother had done. And just like me, my kids said, why do you do that? So I explained showing appreciation to others for being available. And while I may have not had needed anything at that time, I wanted to acknowledge their presence and show respect for their hard work with a simple thank you.
Hey, those words go a long way.
Yes, please and thank you do a lot. And we want to say thanks to Stacey Watts, parenting expert. You can find out more about Stacey at happyparenting.com.